Today is a very exciting day. We are starting the load development process on our 300 PRC project. Now, in the past, if you've missed the videos leading up to today, I've created a playlist with that 300 PRC project to get you up to speed. So you might want to pause this video, get caught up. There's a little bit of binge watching you can do there to get up to where we are today. Now, the reason for my video today is to manage my own expectations and sort of tell you guys how I go about load development. Okay, so number one, I'm gonna set my goal for what I want to finish this project with. So it is a Hawa, it is a budget-ish rifle, you know, and the MDT chassis obviously makes a little bit more premium, but that's the look I wanted to go for, as well as the modularity I get with that platform. Now, my goal, accuracy-wise, is gonna be worst case scenario 3/4 MOA. If I can achieve that, that's probably where I'm going to end it. My best case scenario goal is anything half MOA, anything better than that is hunky-dory. But if I hit a half MOA or 3/4 MOA, I'm going to call that good and not fiddle too much with it. Now, the reason I set those goals for myself, and even with making this video for you guys, I set the goal. What do I want this video to achieve, for example? So my goal here is to help you guys manage your expectations when it comes to load development, especially for a brand new rifle that's never been fired like the one behind me. Now, what that's going to do for me, it's going to save me potentially from chasing my tail and potentially chasing an unattainable result. Now, with a half a MOA accuracy out of this platform, I can take that to any long range match and be extremely competitive. Now, I've also set some other goals for this project, okay? I've set a budget-ish goal, okay? I want to keep this reasonable. So, I'm going to be using some Lapua CNR 220 grain bullets that I've never used. I've never load developed with CNRs in my life before. So, it's going to be interesting to see the sort of result we're going to get with those. Now, how am I going to minimize variables here? So very importantly, in one of the past videos, I did do some prep with some Peterson brass, okay, to get those ready for when the rifle did come. Now, unfortunately, I waited a while for the rifle, as we kind of do here in South Africa. And one of my friends had his before me, and I gave him my brass. Well, he did pay me for them, but anyway, I gave them to him because there was a shortage of components. Then, at the cost of a freaking arm, I managed to pick up some Lapua 300 PRC brass. So now what I've got to do, I've got to get these brass, I've got to get the whole lot, I've got 200 of them, so I've got to get them back to sort of a consistent thing, because from the manufacturer, they're not very consistent. Now, the number one thing that I have found makes the biggest difference in my consistency is having consistent neck tension. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to run them all through an expander mandrel. The link to those are down below. It is without a doubt our number one selling product, and I think one of the number one things you can implement into your reloading to get you incredible gains with minimal effort. Then what I'm going to do, I'm also going to run them through the trimmer. Now, to prove a point of how inconsistent these are, they actually don't even fit over the cutter out the box. They don't fit over the cutter of the trimmer. And that means you're going to have insanely high neck tension. And I don't want insanely high neck tension because that's going to mess with some of the other goals I want. If I've got really high neck tension, potentially I might have higher speeds. Okay, so my speed goal here for this project is going to get to the 2,900 feet per second mark. If we can get close to that, I'm also going to call that good. So I'm going to expand all of these, then put a nice chamfer and deburr on the necks, and then I'm going to go into my actual load development. Now, as you guys know, YouTube are pretty strict with what we can show and can't show with regards to load development. Obviously, this is my business, and I don't want to potentially cause any harm to my business by showing something that I technically shouldn't show. So if you want to go with me along for the ride with my load development procedure, I'm going to have that available on Teachable down below. Start to finish load development online course. This is how I do it. There's many ways to get to the same result. This is a proven method for me. I've done this over 20 plus rifles. It works every single time. So the link to that is going to be down below. That is going to be available for pre-sale. I'm hoping to get that out and ready for you guys by mid to end December. It's a very exciting project, and we're actually going to be doing that with two rifles. We're going to be doing it with the 6.5 PRC Hawa project, the similar project that I have behind me, and my 30 Sherman mag, to show you guys sort of two rifles, how we get to the same result. One off-the-shelf rifle and one super custom rifle. So that's very, very exciting. So at the moment, it's going to be $99. Link to that is down below. Once it actually gets published, it's going to be $150. So make sure you check that out. Super excited to bring you guys that. Now don't worry, I'm going to keep you guys here on YouTube in the loop with regards to this project. This series is going to continue as we planned it. I just can't show the actual low development phase of that process for the before mentioned reasons. So guys, I'm super pumped. I've seen some mates of mine running their 300 PRC hours in a very similar setup. In fact, my one mate Garth shot his the other day at a match in an RX chassis, and he was over the freaking moon with how his was performing. So I'm hoping to get similar results. So if you like this series, make sure you're subscribed down below. And essentially, I want to tie a knot on this video and say, by managing our expectations before the time, we know what is attainable. Because otherwise there's that, you know, insane rabbit hole you could go down into where you keep chasing marginal gains and you end up doing low development for, you know, 500 rounds later, you're still chasing your tail because you don't have an actual endpoint in mind. And I see that so often when guys shoot out like a third of a barrel trying to get it to shoot like this, but shooting like that is actually plenty capable, okay, especially for the type of shooting we're doing. So keep that in mind, have some goals, and once you hit those, call it a day. Maybe after the first 200 rounds, you could maybe revisit a little bit of tweaking, because we tend to find rifles settle down after 200 rounds, and tweaking your load slightly at that point should then be good to go for the rest of the barrel. And that's how I do my load development, by the way. I do not keep adjusting my load as my throat erodes. I just, one load, once I get it hammering, it stays hammering, and I just load that for the rest of that barrel. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribed down below. And again, thanks to our friends from MDT for making this project possible. I'm very excited to take you with to the range for this project. So I'm going to load the bullets now, okay, which you won't see. And our next video with this project is going to be first rounds at the range. Pumped. See you there.